The 2014 Range Rover Evoque is the best SUV for you if you like your style with substance. Evoque looks like an auto show concept car, but it's most assuredly at home on real roads, and being a Range Rover, it's in its element off-road too. It's as if Jimmy Choo designed a hiking boot. Evoque belongs to a fast-growing crop of premium compact SUVs that includes the BMW X1 and X3, the Mercedes GLK, and now the Porsche Macan. But nothing else quite blends this emphasis on style with the ability to, say, wade through 19.7 inches of water. I'm Chuck Giametta. Join me for a CarPreview.com video review of the 2014 Range Rover Evoque. Evoque returns for 2014 with two hatchback body styles, a 4-door and a 2-door that Range Rover calls the Coupe. These are the smallest, least expensive Range Rovers, and both have a new transmission, a 9-speed automatic. It replaces a 6-speed automatic and helps boost fuel economy from the lower rungs to at least mid-pack in the premium compact crossover segment. This is a competitive class, and it's thriving, with the Audi Q3, Lexus NX, Lincoln MKC, and Mercedes GLA joining the rivals we mentioned earlier. The segment attracts the newly affluent and owners of larger premium SUVs who've discovered they don't need bulky dimensions to get luxury, performance, and prestige. Transaction prices generally run from the high 30s to the low 60s, and you might be surprised that the volume leader is the Cadillac SRX. Range Rover can take some credit for igniting all this with its model year 2012 introduction of the high-fashion Evoque, with help from fashionable Victoria Beckham. For 2014, the Evoque Coupe is again available in 3 levels of trim, and the better-selling 4-door in 5 levels. They'll be joined for model year 2015 by a pair of limited edition 4-doors, the Super Luxury Autobiography and the performance-tuned Autobiography Dynamic. Perhaps the best thing about the Evoque is the way it blends a sense of theater with everyday practicality. For example, this low roofline looks like it should chop headroom, but there's actually good space inside for 4 adults. And both body styles have some 50 cubic feet of cargo volume with the rear seatbacks folded. Pressing the engine start button triggers this little performance, a rising rotary shift knob that turns out to be a convenient way to select a gear. These dramatically narrow headlamps, they actually illuminate the road brilliantly. There's more arresting design inside. The main gauges, for example, are marked by what looks like cut glass, although they are more legible at night than in the day. The dashboard is well laid out and sumptuously padded with classy stitched surfaces. Real wood and aluminum trim is available. Navigation is optional on the entry-level models and standard on all other Evoques. It responds well to spoken commands, but the touchscreen requires too many steps to key in an address or a phone number. All Evoques have various grades of leather upholstery, depending on the model, and while space in front is good, these buckets might be a little narrow for some bottoms. The rear bench doesn't have an adjustable backrest, but is otherwise supportive and unexpectedly roomy. With just 2 doors and a lower roofline, the Coupe's rear seat is less accessible. An enormous panoramic glass roof is standard on all but the least expensive Evoques. Unfortunately, it isn't really visible from the front seats, and it doesn't open, so on hot, sunny days, this can become the Range Rover terrarium. Among new features for 2014 is adaptive cruise control. Most rivals already had that, but Evoque's self-parking system can now also automatically pull this crossover out of a parallel parking space. All 2014 Evoques continue with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine turbocharged to 240 horsepower. Some competitors offer smoother, more powerful 6-cylinder engines, but this is decent power for a 4-cylinder in this class. The 2015 Autobiography Dynamic model will get 285 horsepower from this 2-liter, better positioning Evoque against some of the class hot rods like the Macan, the Audi SQ5, and the GLA 45 AMG, all of which exceed 300 horses. Evoque's 4-cylinder engine has automatic stop-start, and EPA fuel economy ratings are palatable at 24 miles per gallon city highway combined. That's up from 22 mpg combined with the 6-speed automatic. Every Evoque has all-wheel drive, and contributing to the improved mileage is new technology that decouples power to the rear wheels when it isn't needed. Range Rover also adds torque vectoring to the rear axle. It distributes power side to side for improved handling. The navigation system has an off-road mode, and terrain response is standard to let you dial in a variety of drivetrain and suspension settings to suit conditions. Range Rover is a division of Land Rover and inherits an appetite for muddy ruts and rocky trails, though most Evoque owners limit their traction challenges to snowy streets. Once it gets the Evoque moving, the turbocharged four-cylinder doesn't lack for punch. A V6, however, would deliver the more linear response appropriate of a Range Rover, and those 19 and 20-inch tires that add so much visually don't do anything for ride quality. They do, however, help Evoque handle like a sports sedan. Still, unless you're in a sporting mood, Evoque can act a bit darty in routine changes of direction. Around-town driving also exposes some powertrain deficiencies. The idle is rough, stop-start is ragged, and the 9-speed transmission doesn't feel much different from the 6-speed, with abrupt shifts still too frequent at lower speeds. You can disable stop-start with this button and gain more transmission control with the paddle shifters. True to its premium positioning, base prices for the four-door Evoque begin just under $42,000 for the entry-level version called the Pure. They stretch to $57,200 for the top-line Dynamic model. The Coupe is a boutique offering, and its base price range is $45,000 to $58,000 before options. Options. We tested a base Pure equipped with the Prestige Premium package. That bundle of joy includes among its goodies the panoramic roof, heated seats, cooled front seats, navigation, xenon headlamps, and a great Meridian audio system and beautiful wood trim. The package costs $14,300. Finished off with the $1,300 adaptive cruise control option, our base Evoque stickered for $57,590. Evoque has been a huge sales success around the world and won numerous SUV of the Year awards. It is more than a style statement, but is it a statement you feel comfortable making? For more on cars, trucks, and SUVs, go to CarPreview.com.